Welcome to Positive Moments with Andrew and Don.
Let everything go.
That was such a life-changing experience.
It's a way of life, it's a way of being, it's a way of thinking, it is mind management.
It inspires me to know that there's more to learn every single day. Welcome back to Positive Moments with Andrew and Don. Renaya Swan is here with us. Yes, we're talking celebrate. Listen to me. We have a young lady here who have a lot to celebrate. If I understand, or I look carefully, I don't look down too much, but I understand this lady won, Andrew, 4 national awards. But before that, hold on. Welcome to Positive Moments with Andrew and Don.
Thank you very much for having me. I feel honored to be between Mr. Don Lafoucault and Mr. Andrew Lewis. Thank you so much for having me. I feel so honored and so excited because you, Mr. Lafoucault, you have motivated me a lot coming to my school at Asha Girls College, Shulapuna, where I did my CSEC exams and Mr. Andrew Lewis, what could I say? What you represented Trinidad and Tobago in your Olympics, so I am so excited. Thank you. Thank you for having me. Thank you.
We are honored to have you, and not only on this show, but in this country and on this planet. That's what we're celebrating today. People like yourself, you have next to you your awards, 4 youth awards. From a nation point of view, you have now been seen as a success story for the youth. The youth is the next generation, and the next generation will come after that. The youth is always the future. You are the future. So we want to celebrate you for your awards. We want to celebrate you for being the future of Trinidad and Tobago and for all that you have done thus far. But we brought you here to tell a little bit of a story because the audience watching us here today wants to feel from you, wants to learn from you, wants to connect with you, and somebody also may want to win a youth award like you did. So how do you come to this place in your life? How do you create the motivation? Is it family? Is it friends? How does one? I never had one of these. I've had many awards, but not one of these. This is maybe a step above my league. But maybe I passed youth already, I think. So
Andrew, I'm still youthful.
All right, so you're hopeful, maybe good. All right? But anyhow, tell us how you got to this point.
It was shocking at first, but I know that I definitely deserve this because ever since I know myself, I have always been motivating my peers at school, youths in my community, at church. I know I have always been the type of person to just encourage and to motivate everyone that I'm surrounded with. So I know that it's definitely God and hard work and my family around me reached me to where I am today.
What is your favorite story of all these experiences from church, school, youth, wherever it is? You have your favorite story of someone you've inspired throughout your experiences? You have many. You have 4 awards, so that's probably 4 stories by itself.
Well, I actually just left my school at Asha Girls College Shunapuna, and a student at the school, she messaged me and she was like, you motivate me and I want to be like you one day. And I was like, wow, I didn't know that people are looking up to me. I thought, everybody just see me, but I didn't know that people actually interested in me. So that is definitely one of the moments that stood out to me.
Wow. And Angie used to talk about people looking up to you. I thought people look up to me by my height, right? But even to have her here and realize that these 4 awards, they're not just 4 awards. If you could just tell us, somebody would be curious at this point, what were the 4 awards in these National Youth Awards and what categories? Let me just say, ladies and gentlemen, Renaya Swan, the category of, tell us.
Well, it's 4 categories, of course. Youth activism service.
Oh, that's a big word. I'm trying to sit down with that.
Define it for activism though.
It's basically advocating for social justice.
Thank you.
Positive youth message through film.
That's how you end up on the show. Positive youth on the show, film, right? Yeah.
Education. education,
Another reason why you're on the show. You?
positive youth development influencer.
Well, now you could take this seat eventually, so we might be positive moments and with Dawn, and to be coming soon, a third host.
Ooh, I
Yeah.
feel.
You
Oh,
know, and let me tell you, Andrew says that not just in jest, and he didn't just say that, but the truth is, there's some truth to that. And where do you see yourself down the road? What tell us a little bit about your goals, because you've won these national awards, but the little I know of you, you're an ambassador of sorts as well. You represent Trinidad and Tobago in a particular capacity. What's that capacity?
well, I'm a charity ambassador, and by me being a charity ambassador, I am in the National Child Policy Child Subcommittee in the Office of the Prime Minister, Gender and Child Affairs. Um, there, I am representing Trinidad and Tobago as a child and adolescent correspondent in the Organization of the American States in the Korea Network. I'm actually doing a lot. I just collaborate with UNICEF once in a while to produce videos on particular topics. Um, yeah, I have a lot going on. I am actually on a radio show in Uruguay, Mi Laboratorio Secreto.
Just hold on.
¿Qué pasa?
Say.
So you speak Spanish too?
Well, at ASJA, I did Spanish for 5 years because it was compulsory. So I was forced, well, not really forced. I love the subject, but
Está bien.
Let me just say, 5 years, I didn't get it.
Dawn no comprende. Ahora.
Poquito.
Okay.
and also like at church, I am very active in my church. I well, I along with other teens, we work together to perform plays and stuff. So that gave me like practice. If you like go and check out my social media, Antoinette Talks Right, you'll see that I'm very expressive and so I am very active at my church, and I basically, by me getting these 4 awards, I honestly could say that I don't like to lose, okay? It's very, it's hurting. When I lose, I feel very hurt. So even like
So you're
at
very
church,
competitive.
yeah, like at church, like I give those other teens a hard time. Yes, I do. Like I will stay up. I would stay up all 3 in the morning learning verses and stuff, because I want to win out everything at church.
I'm hearing you talk about winning, and yes, you're very competitive, but the little I know about you, you're still very humble with it. So it's very healthy, Andrew, if I'm hearing correctly, to have a competitive side of you, but then it's about other people because it's about you, and there's no youth without you. And you are certainly a youth that, and we could tell already, the nation is in good hands, the world is in good hands, because already you're speaking on behalf of Trinidad and Tobago and representing us beautifully around the earth. Renaya, I'm going to ask you to look to the camera straight ahead of you. And there's some young lady, maybe it may be a past Astra College student, who needs to know, hey, this is Renaya, but this could be you sitting down in this seat as well, too. Because that's what this show is all about. Positive Moments with Andrew and Don is for everyone. It's for every you that is outside there. I want you to send a positive message home, look straight ahead to the camera, and I want you to speak to a young lady who might be struggling now, maybe in this time of COVID, not feeling a sense of hope. I want you to give them a sense of hope. Maybe it might be a quotation that gives you hope. I want you to send that message home.
To anyone listening, you can come in this seat one day. Trust me, all you have to do is put God first. Definitely put God first. Talk to Him anytime you need if you need a friend, if you need someone to talk to God, and surround yourself with positive people, maybe positive influencers to keep you on the right path to ensure that you are successful one day. And also, hard work. Hard work definitely pays off. I am a testimony to that, and I can definitely tell you that hard work pays off. So, those 3 things, and trust me, you can take over the world.
Wow. And, we all would have our struggles, we all have our challenges, and hard work does get us through all of those challenges. Working hard at anything will pay off, will make you feel better, will get you through it. You know, tell us some of the challenges that you've had coming to this place in your life of so much success, but at the same time, with success comes responsibility. But to get the responsibility, to get the success, there's challenges. How do you deal with challenges in your life? Well, we know God is first, so we know God is always there, getting you through your challenges.
How I deal with challenges, I talk to my mom. So I say that if you find someone to talk to who you can confide in, so my mom, and my friend,
So you have a team around you.
yeah,
So
definitely
the
my
team is
family.
family, friends. So you would say that no matter the challenge, no matter the circumstance, there are people around you that could help you succeed.
Yeah,
Would you recommend that to everybody?
yes, definitely.
Without a team, without surrounding yourself with the right people, we can't succeed, right?
Yeah,
If you're alone out there, you need to find someone who can help you. It's very, very important that we must understand, it's fundamental to understand that we cannot succeed alone. And this is the reason this show was born, to realize that pandemic last year, or pandemic right now, or pandemic in the future, or whatever challenges that you're going through, reach out to us. We are here for you. We have an email address, which is going to be right here on the screen. Reach out to us, email us, send us all the necessary information on how we can help you. Don or myself, or both of us, we will get back to you with a solution, or somebody that can help you. This is what we want to do. We want to help. This is why we bring these lovely guests on the show. This is why we do what we do. Without you, there will be no show. And without the guests, they won't have the resources that you need.
Yeah, and Andrew, there's a lot more for every you outside there. Andrew, all of these are eventually going to be on YouTube. We already have season 1, which is 16 webinars. So right now, you might even go and just you go on YouTube and you just pull up Positive Moments with Andrew and Don. We assure you that there's something there for you.
So before we go on to our celebration, is there anything else you want to share about your life, about your awards, about your history that could really help our nation, our young generation upcoming in this challenging circumstances that the world is in today? Help them succeed. Anything else you want to share with them before we wrap up?
just hard work, I think, definitely. And I just want to say that you might be looking at me and be like, oh, she done that, but trust me, you could do anything. Once you put your mind to it, trust me, I didn't even thought that I would have gotten one flawless for four. So it was very shocking and hearing my name called multiple times. And I just want to say that please, don't give up on your goals, and just in life, don't give up. Please don't give up. And that is a quote that stood out to me. And I also, if I may, I just want to shout out everybody. I want to shout out my family and my friend and my past school, Asha Girls College, Shunapuna. Woo! Asha, they definitely they are the reason why I am today. I definitely believe that they pushed me, especially when I started to be a charity ambassador. They definitely pushed me and made me secure all those awards for the ceremony. I won the report challenge. I won the People's Choice Award. And I know it definitely would not have been without the principal, vice principal, teachers, and students. So thank you. And unfortunately, they don't have a phone 6, and I am pursuing CAPE. So I left there I am currently at BATCE, so woo, my new school. I just started and I am having fun. And yeah, and I just want to say that you can always reach out to me, and also Mr. Dan Africa and Mr. Andrew Lewis. So you can always reach out to me on Instagram at Ronaya Talks Rights.
Wow, well, she certainly talks right. And one thing that she said that is definitely right, Andrew, she talked about not giving up. But I want us to give it up, Andrew. Let's really give it up for Miss Ambassador Ronaya Swan. Come on, if you're there, you could put your hands together even where you are. Let's give it up for Miss Ronaya Ambassador Swan. Boom, 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 brum.
So thank you so much for joining us here today. We wish you all the best. Continue to inspire and to drive and that competitive mindset. I love that. Continue to push you used to be, because we must have that push to really succeed, and you definitely have it in you. So we celebrate you. We celebrate you. We celebrate everyone. This is just another example. If you're out there hoping to one day win one of these lovely awards, it is possible. One, this exists, and two, you put your mind to it, you can have it too. So, thank you for joining us. You have a lovely, lovely future and life, and maybe we'll have you back again on season 3. Who knows? Maybe you'll have 10. You never know. All the best.
Thank you very much, and thank you for having me.
You're most welcome.
So Andrew Dunn, we had a really nice run with positive moments. I feel like you all could give us a little recap, so that we could remember all of the good times we had before we close off.
Absolutely.
Wow.
Let's celebrate.
Celebrate. In celebration mode, if there's episode 16, there must be an episode 1. 1 comes in front of the 6 anyway. But from the 1, Andrew, that was our start of our second season. I mean, we were celebrating what happened in season 1, but hey, we're on to a new season. And Andrew, just getting to a new phase in life, it was something new for us. You leave the past behind and then you go forward and say, Andrew, let's go forward with positive moments with Andrew and Don. What was your memory in moment 1? We have a certain thing now, we're alone, no computer in front of us, Talk to me.
Right, so I think the first thing that happened was we met with Nyla Blackman, and she told us about the power of music.
Correct. But just before we met with her, what we did with us was we reflected on this. We reached here, season 2, and we had a vision that was to continue spreading the positivity. And we thought that next in line would be to do something that much more than just what we could see, but what we can hear. And we brought in the sounds of positivity, Nyla Blackman.
Wow.
And that was sweet, man. We had them on the beach.
Wow, that's right. I think I even sang too.
Yes.
I mean, she was so inspirational and had a lovely, lovely message. It was like a ripple effect. They don't end, but we just begin again.
But what the stage that she was on here was another side of her. And I look forward to people hearing that side of her.
So you all remember when we went to the library and we spoke to a young scholar? Tell me about that one.
Whoa, Rakaya Scott, am I correct? Listen to me, Rakaya Scott, and there was a place we had to stop and we had to go to the library. And let me tell you, books, but there was so much to learn. And let me tell you, Andrew, I remember you reflecting that all these books, yet we lack in education. All these books, and we lack in knowledge. You remember that?
Well, what really amazed me with Rakaya is that we give them the opportunity to take us to their positive place. And you never know where they're going to say. Nyla took us to her beach where she grew up, and Rakaya took us to the library. From the time she said, let's go to the public library, I said, absolutely. That is a phenomenal place. And, I hadn't been in a long, long time. But what I saw there, what I felt there, was this is a positive place. And this place needs to be seen, felt, and heard by Trinidad and Tobago and the world.
Wow.
It's a positive place.
And we were featuring a lot of people around Trinidad and Tobago because we didn't stop there. Something happened after.
There was a consultant who you look up to, Dan,
Oh my God.
and he carried us to go for some fish.
Oh, no.
Tell us about that.
Well, let me just say one time, Andrew missed out on the fish. I had for Don, La, and Foucade, and let me tell you, Andrew Lewis got. If I knew his middle name, I would get another slice. But let me tell you, it was just a slice of life because this man, here was a man, and he's now called Dr. L. Anthony Watkins. He really and truly is giving back to the country, giving back to the world. Andrew, what were your impressions of a mentor to me of Dr. L. Anthony Watkins?
Just because someone could be so established and so successful, and I love to let people define their own success. He defined his own success in a very beautiful way, because nowadays you think that success is, the physical attributes, and like him, my definition of the success is how many people you've helped, how many lives you've touched, from him working in the community program, from him establishing his business, and coming from Canada back to Trinidad, and all the worldwide of things he did. phenomenal to have him on the show and connect with him.
Andrew is interesting because while we have awards here, this celebration is not just about the awards and the titles in front of you, but it's really and truly celebrating other people. Who else could we celebrate? I think there's more to remember.
There was a gentleman, his name was Simeon. Very soft-spoken, but still powerful words. Tell me about him.
You're talking about the little boy listen to me, who leaves Sour, Andrew, and gone down family in South Vestany, if I'm not mistaken, seeing some lovely Republic Bank flags, and we say, thank you again, Republic Bank, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Listen to me, Republic Bank flags blowing on the beach, and this little boy get curious, what is happening here? Who would believe that little boy Simeon get to meet Andrew Lewis, who is doing his... Andrew, tell me about that. You were down there. What happened down there?
Yes, Simeon comes on the beach, sees the boats, gets inquisitive, gets to go for a sail, and look at that now. National champion, nominated for youth awards in the field of sailing through sport. Just a phenomenal human being. And beyond sailing, which is his sport, is from a secondary school point of view.
So you mean like he's a secondary school student?
But a phenomenal one, super disciplined, super focused, really trying to succeed with the academic side of things in grades, but most importantly, being a role model and what it means to be a positive, healthy image in the school system that is challenging at times.
Wow. Andrew, it sounds like Positive Moments has a moment for every single person. But here
Absolutely.
there were still more moments.
There was a gentleman who carried us to his favorite place, and we had a little hike. Tell us about that.
I have to pull out a little stuffed toy for that one, because that one was a little scary. Skylar, stay right here. No, let me tell you, no, because if anybody could find me in the bush, it was Skylar. You were looking out for me. Yeah, I love the eagle, you know that. But let me tell you a little secret. We went on a little hike, let me tell you, a little hike, and they had Mike and water, Andrew. I could hardly talk about it. Let me say, Skylar, go back where you were. Let Andrew talk.
Yes, you brought this, what I call a champion creating coach. We are all champions if we want to be. You have to champion what you are. But we can't champion alone. That's why the show has two. I can't be successful and host Positive Moments with Andrew and Don alone. No, it's two of us. And it's actually much more than that. There's a whole team behind this. Republic Bank, the camera crew, and many, many more. That is what a champion coach is about. He took us through the journey of creating champions. Champions as husband, as a coach, as an athlete, and so much more.
Well, Andrew becoming a champion really has to do having a champion mindset. And one thing we're learning on Positive Moments, because it's all about you, there are more people that we kept bringing, more and more and more.
Yeah, tell me about Akosua. She had everything, but then she had nothing.
Oh my goodness, that one, let me tell you, there are moments, if you didn't see Positive Moments, you need to sit down for every single one. You need to see it. That lady had everything she felt, but she went to, is it Africa?
Yes.
And she went to meet with a group of people, and they asked her a simple question, and some of you might have that question. Who are you? And boy, she was ready to give them all. And then they closed this circle on her and said, you're not welcome here.
Wait. You go to join a group that you have crossed many oceans to get to. And they're sitting in a circle. You come, they ask you, who are you? You tell them who you are. And they close this circle because they don't feel your vibe. They don't feel that you are telling them who you really are.
Andrew, the authentic self wasn't there. And again, if it is not your authentic self, if you're trying to be an imitation, all you'll be somebody else, all you'll be is a fake or imitation. And we deal with the real stuff here. And guess what? There are people who bring some real issues. Listen for another one. Listen to it. Hear it.
There was a young lady from Children's Authority, and she told us about all of the good work they're doing there.
I told you real issues, you heard me? Real issues. She came, Nicola, yeah, she came in. And she was telling us about, because she lived in Laventille and still lives in Laventille. And let me tell you, your area doesn't make you, you make your area. And it's not about the community. Listen to me calling no area bad. Every area you could succeed. It's not who you are, it's who you could become. Listen to me, somebody. And guess what? She championed the cause now for young people. You remember that?
Well, what I loved about it, and you just said it, you know, your area doesn't make you, you make your area. The image and the energy and the vibe that she brought to the show, her confidence, the way she dressed, the way she sat, the way she spoke about the community and what she wants to do, what she's done, That I love to see, because that is not defined by an area. That's not defined by anything other than you as a human being have taken charge of yourself and said, I am going to work with this community. I am going to be a successful human being out of the community that I am. And I'm not studying anything else. I'm going to do what I have to do. And that's what she brought to the show. I can't wait for people to hear about all that she said.
Wow, and that's Andrew. You know, when you have to get something done, you just have to get it done.
And that's
Yeah,
her.
watch me. Some people talk, but some people have to walk the talk, right? And let me tell you, there's more that we're able to speak with. Who was that?
Yeah. There were two gentlemen, and they told us about how you could be positive with your money.
Ooh, my goodness gracious, that talking, and not just about money. What really hit the money for me is the fact that they were mentors. They understood the importance of mentorship, and that's part of what it is.
Well, that is exactly what had happened. But what got to that point was even better. Is that, first of all, one of them is your good friend who mentors you and you mentor him. And just by nature, you were speaking at an event many years ago, and his colleague connected with you. And all of a sudden, many years later, you're talking to Mr. Bash, and he's telling you the story about his colleague and how he's working on mentoring him. And look at the circle of life happening there. You never know who's watching you. You never know who you're inspiring. So why not always be aware of who's watching you and always inspire? And by nature, if you're doing that, you're positive.
That's what we're talking about. We see each one teach one, reach many. And many are being reached by positive moments. But guess what? There are many more who reach on the set. Somebody else come in. Listen for it, listen for it.
Well, first, let me talk about, we had a small break because we had the Olympics. So we had two Olympians. The first one, her name was Sherelle, and she's a swimmer. Tell me about her.
Wow, let me tell you something. I have a lot of respect for that young lady, Sherelle, because what she went through after missing out, not once, Andrew, on qualification, not twice, Andrew, twice, but guess what? She is still to this day splish splashing in the water. I must spit on myself. Splish splash for taking a bath. Sound like the producer, right? But listen to me, really and Julie, Andrew, she has such strength of character to come back from an injury. But what was not injured was her mind. You might have a physical injury, but you need to have a strong mind, if you don't mind.
Absolutely. And the beautiful thing about that is, yes, she ended up all the way in Tokyo with me.
You went, she was in Tokyo?
Yes, both of us in Tokyo, and she will tell you her story about that resilience of we don't stop, we don't give up. That's not what we're designed as human beings to do. We're born, and until we pass, we're here to thrive. Yeah?
Yeah, that's what we're talking about. And once you try, you could be show everybody that you're alive and hello, survive. And we were able to survive so long through the season. It was still going, it didn't stop there.
So, Don, every episode you sit next to Andrew, but how did it feel when Andrew was the subject of the episode?
Let me tell you, I had to dress up for that one. I hope it's not the same suit. Because really and truly, listen to me, what was really suited about that program is that Andrew was able to take us on his journey. Let me tell you, many people study the destination, they forget that it is a journey to get there. Hello, you don't just arrive. It takes a while to get there. And Andrew was able to tell us there were some takeaways from Tokyo on the national community. Some felt we didn't win a medal, but let me tell you, we win a lot more than the medals. Andrew, you remember that?
Very clearly. And I thought that if there's one person, because at that point in time, I hadn't started really in front of the media or anybody else. I figured the place to do it, because we have set a positive environment to talk about the Tokyo outlook, was to do it right here. Nobody else but right here. So they could tune in to really get the experience of what the Olympic Games is like, how to get there, how I've done it many times, and where I'm going next.
You know, as you talk about tune in, listen to me, you have to remain tuned in because there was more on positive moments.
I want to crack a joke, but I'm not good at it. But this guy has the same amount of hair as you, Don.
Oh my goodness gracious. I remember that guy. Listen to me. That guy made a joke. Andrew, he come good, you know. Let's do hello. They have clean comedians outside here. I mean, clean head ones too. But let me tell you something. That guy made a joke about skinny legs. And I will never forget, Andrew. When the man talk about skinny legs, he look over at me.
Well, the reality is that he is a comedian, but he is a positive comedian.
What's his name again? I saw afraid to
He's
call his
known by
name.
Kivo.
Okay, or that fella.
right? We will let them see his real name in the show. Because
In the
most people
show.
don't even know their stage name.
Yes.
But most people don't really know who they are as human beings. That's what we do on this show. So you could come and tune in to understand who is Kivo, how is he have such a big social media following, but yet so positive. And maybe he has no hair, but that's all right. He's still funny. Don't do.
Well, let me tell you a little secret. I have no hereby right here, and I want to tell somebody who listening over there. Listen to me, somebody. Positive Moments is a place here. Because we didn't finish there. There was more. What came after? What came after?
Enough jokes to that fella who was serious about Jesus.
Oh my goodness, the Jesus Youth. The original one and only. Play more positive music. That is what we. I don't see I could. That's what he had to do. His do. I Lord, I can't sing. I could talk a little bit, but he could sing. And that was Gerard Nurse. Hello, call the doctor because the nurse was in the house first.
That was a powerful session, boy. Powerful. You really did produce what I would say medicine on that show.
You get
know?
healed.
I definitely had some healing taking place. All jokes aside, I really was touched in many ways. And I feel like being able to relate to his story, so many people are going to be able to connect with that. Because he's talking about, in my opinion, coming out of a sickness and a mentality into a healthy way of life. And not alone, one by the power of God, and two by the power of team. Phenomenal transition he made. And if you want to connect, understand how someone could be in such a tragic situation, talking about drugs, alcohol, and many other things that are really, really dangerous to us as human beings, to becoming someone who could sing and let that be a natural way of his life and a successful way of his life.
You know, Andrew, that's so important because many people try one thing and really and truly, that thing may not be for them. But there's some special call that everybody has. Everybody has something special that they're meant to do. And we hope by you, because this show is about you, we hope that by you looking at Positive Moments with Andrew and Don, hello, you will look at the show, look at the screen now and say, hey, I hope they do done.
Exactly. Well, and after that was us time to
Go to Rio. And when I say Rio, I'm not talking about the Olympics that went before this one. I'm talking about Rio Claro. As a student of Hillview College, it was my honor to be present to film this episode with another person who went to Presbyterian School and is also a scholar. Tell us about that.
Wow.
but we actually went to that school.
Oh, yeah. And let me tell you, that young lady, Andrea, is from Naprima Girls, you know, she did well academically. I think if I'm not mistaken, she's part of the Nine Club, the Niners. You know, she got like nine ones, right?
Well, if she got 9 ones, what happened?
That's the wrong story he given it.
No, that's the correct story. Correct story. That's the correct story. Don't on point. Now he going good, yeah. That's the correct story.
Sorry.
No, but see, that's what's meant. That's all part of the celebrations and Positive Moments with Andrew and Don.
So many stories.
Yeah, so many stories. But Andrew, that's what makes this show real, you know, that we could have moments just like that. You see, people think that we just sit down here and go camera, stop and cut. No, hello, there's nothing to cut. I mean, only my ears what get cut. Listen to me, take no shortcut in life. You see what could happen? Listen to me, somebody. But hear me, somebody. That young lady, we went on a far at what we get food to. We got food.
Yeah, lunch. I got dinner and lunch.
Yeah, man, it was wonderful. But it was so nice to go to see how people are willing to leave from where they are and just reach out into a wider world, a wider community, and make a difference that Trinidad and Tobago could be proud of. We want to say thank you, Republic Bank, for that, because you'll be highlighting some stories on Positive Moments, Andrew, that touching people all over the world.
Absolutely.
So we talked a lot about feeding the mind. Let's talk a little bit about the people who taught us how to feed our body.
Whoa, well, listen to me. Everybody on the street, listen to me. Watch your feet, but we are what we eat. Hear me carefully. After that, I have to confess, everybody on the set, the stomach get upset. Because what happened for real is that nobody wanted to eat after that. She told us about not to mix. I know a tomato is a fruit. Well, I learned that a little bit sometimes, right? But you couldn't, and you can't just mix everything. Tracy was able to, and she bring a young man too. I think head boy at Fatima or something. So that young boy, if you see he talking about watching your diet and watching your food, Andrew, how you felt about that?
Well, she definitely showed something I feel is fundamentally important, is that you won't go to the gas station if you have a car that takes gas and put diesel, because that engine was shut down. Well, it's the same way the things that we eat. You don't just put any and everything inside of you. You're different, I'm different, we're all different. What you require for fuel, I require different fuel. But at the same time, they have some basics. And she showed us the basics. And then she brought that young individual who was fantastic. He spoke about how food affects the world, how growing certain crops in certain places can have a better effect, and so much more. The quadruple of us, it definitely is a very healthy experience. I encourage people to check out.
Wow, and that was a lot of food for the mind. And Positive Moments is really about food. It's such a wide range of topics. I still believe there are more topics that we have to cover and probably covered. Who knows?
Well, I thought we reached the end there, but that's why I paused. You just now to stop. And what else we have?
Well, we have some people behind the scenes. There's a guy named Nicholas Maxwell, and he's behind this camera.
There you go.
Wow, wow.
Well-
And guess what? We have a young lady that sees about the sound. They wouldn't hear us for sound. You know what I mean? If we didn't have sound. You know what I mean? She's able to engineer us and just make sure we sound good. How do I sound, Andrew?
And then we have what I call a visionary, who would have put a lot of this stuff together. Our producer, Mr. Ken Samsbury.
Talking about the man who is below the camera. Hello, we have Positive Moments, have cameraman that shoots below the water, split splash. I'm holding the camera and you tread water. That's what we're talking about.
Yeah.
Hello.
And who can even be the voice, like you're hearing right now.
That's Ken, the one and only Ken.
That's the one and only Ken.
Is it Cranberry? Oh no, hello, can we get the right name? There's somebody. It might come up on the screen, but it's real good people. The Positive Moments team is one of the best team we have all around.
Correct. And we look forward to working with them in the future. And this is what we do. We celebrate every single one.
There's one more person,
Oh, wow.
and he stepped out, but he's still here. And he's responsible for the beautiful backdrop, the idea of producing the beautiful backdrop and the motion graphic. And his name is Javon Ford.
Javon, well, let me tell you, Javon, we don't know if we could afford. Listen to me, somebody, because
Sorry,
really,
Javon Brown.
Javon Brown. Well, I don't know. He just sounds as if he come. He
I
just
really
sounds as if he. Javon Brown. Well, he just move around, and we don't know if he came straight from town. But let me just tell you, hello. Look at us now. Positive Moments is going from places that we now have a little backdrop. Hello, but backdrop to bring people in front. Let me say, don't stop going non-stop.
Absolutely. From cameramen to lighting to editing to social media to
And sponsor too, you
wonderful
know.
guests.
Sponsor.
Republic Bank is our sponsor. The list goes on. And that is what we are celebrating. We're celebrating that, what I would call that list unlimited. Because the amount of guests that could see this is unlimited. What you've seen here today and felt over these last, I wouldn't even say 16 episodes. I would say so much more than 16 episodes because they have clips, they have pictures, they have old episodes, they have new episodes to come too. What you've seen here, make it unlimited by sharing it on all your platforms. You feel an energy around something that's positive, that someone else could connect to, send it on WhatsApp, send it on email, send it on Twitter, send it on LinkedIn, send it on whatever you are on to communicate with nowadays. Share the love. We created it for you because we love you. We care about you. And we just want the best for you, and everyone.
Hey, Andrew, and it's all about you. And even as I borrow one of these awards from Ambassador Swan, let me tell you, if you see the U is about you, and if you take out you here, you have TH. And hello, you could get to here, and we need you to help. So you need to share this. Everybody, you need to share. This is Positive Moments with Andrew and Don. And believe it or not, we're having fun, but we ain't done. We're just carrying this all around.
That's Mrs. Swan's award, so you can return it.
Sorry,
You can't go
sorry,
home with
sorry
that. So
about
we'll
that.
leave that.
Andrew, you didn't get one. Okay, I'll leave that right there.
All right, okay. So everybody, thank you so much to the entire team around Positive Moments with Andrew and Don. We love you. From the bottom of our hearts, we just want to say thank you.
Mr. Hart,
Please,
I see the youth, all the youths doing this.
right?
Which
Please, just be positive because you have it in you. We want to let you know that whatever happens, the reason you have a struggle in life is meant to be for a future success. And your future success, which you will have, is meant to be shared. And that's why we're sitting here today, to share our success with you and with everybody who is heard. Don, cheers to you, brother.
Cheers to you. Here there.
And
I don't kind of do
cheers.
cheers. I drink out mine, you know, but hold on.
When something tastes good, sounds good, feels good, you consume it. That's what we're here for.
Yeah.
We
But there's a lot to
celebrate you all.
consume. It might seem that we're empty, but hello, there's a lot more on Positive Moments. Hello, there's a lot more on Positive Moments. Check us out on YouTube, because if there could be a season 2, hello, the place to be is you in front of your set looking on at TTT, maybe for season 3. Boom.
But I want to, before we close,
Oh, sorry. Okay. Go
yeah,
ahead.
before we close, since it's so natural, get them a little rhyme a little love song, maybe not a song, but something, get them a little flow because I know you have one more message for them.
Yeah, my friends, you're looking on, please get this. You'll never reach beyond your limit, as you heard, if you give in and quit. It'll happen only if you believe that God determines you to achieve nothing but the very best. So let me tell you and say it with some zest. And I have to confess, this thing just rhyming on the spot could give you a little stress. But I want to tell you, East, North, Central, and West, and Tobago, we have to confess that every single one of you, this is about you, and you have to give your life your best. Boom, somebody.
Positive Moments with Andrew and Don. We love you and we will be back. Bye-bye. But stay tuned. We have something for you at the end.
Come, Skylar. I think there's a rap. Just now.
Where you going?
Skylar's not a rap. Hold on.
No, we aren't done just yet because let's create a challenge. Let's do something for them, not only for us to be spreading positivity. Should we create a champion who could join us here and tell us story one day?
Well, Andrew, the only thing that ever changed the world was an idea. And here's an idea. I like what you're saying with that idea because guess what? This is positive moments. It's plural. And Andrew, we're not in every positive moments, but there are more positive moments outside here. So we want to challenge you to come up with a positive moment. As a matter of fact, you could even let us know. Andrew, I forget our email because we don't email ourselves. What is our email again?
andrewandonlive@gmail.com.
So you could actually send us a little story, andrewandonlive@gmail.com, and one day you could get to come right here with your positive moment because it's not about us. This was never about us, Andrew. This was never about us. This is about the guests, and they come in and share in their positive moments with us. I think that's a good challenge.
So what you need to do, reach us on our social media, which will be right here. Reach us on Instagram, Facebook, or on email with your positive moment. It could be anything you think is positive. Whatever it is, reach out to us. We'll review these positive moments, and whoever we think has the most positive moment, or maybe more than one, we will bring you to join us here on the show for season 3.
That's correct, Andrew, because positive moments means there are people in that moment. And there are a lot of positive people outside there. And we hope this show has inspired you to be more positive. We could look at it two ways. I mean, some people see a plus as just okay, plus, but a plus is when a minus look up. And there's always something to look up to. And whether it's in song, whether it's in film, whether it's in whichever way, everybody's talented. Andrew, you're a sailor. Want to be a sailor. But everybody is talented in some particular way. And that's what this show is about too, Andrew, bringing forward the talents of our beautiful country, Trinidad and Tobago.
Absolutely. And taking our country to the world. And you can too. So what we would like you to do is think about it. And maybe you don't want to share it publicly. Maybe you don't want to sit here. That's okay. But what we want to emphasize is we want to connect with you. If there's somebody you think that needs to reach out to us, can let them connect with us, or you reach out to us to connect with them. We're unlimited. We're happy to help where we can, how we can, whenever you think is the right time. We would like to help with you, your team, your family, your friends, your school. Maybe we'll bring positive moments to your school. Don't think there's any limits to what this show is about because we are limitless. Bring us the opportunity, let us review it, and let's try and make it happen.
And that's what we've been doing in this show, Andrew, making it happen. And if I'm not mistaken, the bank, Republic Bank, has a little ad called Make It Happen, but they're making it happen for you and for you and for every single you outside there. Let me tell you, what started here just as a little seed, let me tell you, is a forest of positive moments outside there. That little thought that you have, that little idea that you have, that gift that you have, you never know where you could use it. Andrew, a little boy down in Carenage with a little board and water and a little book, a little thing. And guess what? You have touched every continent in the world now. And I see Andrew, I'm kind of getting a true vision, has nothing to do with eyesight. And I'm kind of getting a vision right now. I just do my Stevie Wonder. I'm just getting a little vision right now that positive moments, maybe one day we could be down in Australia, Andrew. Australia is a special place to you too.
Absolutely. But what is more important is that seed that he was talking about, it can grow. Once it starts to grow, if you nurture it right, it can glow. Just like the show has come to light. This is just another seed that we have planted, and that now you experience it, it's glowing. What do you want to grow so it can glow? But for sure, I know one thing that you can do that is starting by you. You grow as a human being so you can glow. and everything else around you will connect and start to glow. Maybe not right away, maybe not today, maybe not tomorrow, but little by little, there is a seed that for inside of you just needs to be planted, watered, nurtured, loved, positive, and it will grow so it can glow.
Yeah, and what should be very obvious by watching this show, if you're not sure, go back and look at other shows on YouTube. No man is an island. We need a team around us. You'd hear Andrew talk a lot, and myself a lot, about the importance of a team. So if you don't like what your team looking like, sometimes you have to change your team a little bit, you know what I mean? Respect to everybody. But you want to make sure and have a lot of positive people around you. You want to make sure and look at a lot of positive stuff. A lot of people might be now even looking at this online. Hello, there are great things online. And they need to find that in time. And a positive time is when you have a positive moment. Don't go slow. You don't know. You have to be able to go. Then you could grow. And at some point in time, you may be on a set. And look at my face. You might be already seeing a little glow. Boom.
So we look forward to seeing your positive moments. We look forward to connecting with you. And we'll be back before you know it. Bye-bye again.